Hello friends, welcome to Joy of Life. So today we are going to see another medium level problem, which is a very important problem and a very good thing to know in data structures. The problem number is 208. So we are going to implement a trie or a prefix tree, also known as. So this is one of the very commonly used data structure. So this is a very important data structure and we are going to implement few of its method. So it says a trie, also pronounced as trie or prefix tree, is a tree data structure used to efficiently store and retrieve keys in a dataset of strings. There are various applications of this data structure, such as autocomplete and spell checker. So it is mostly used in spell checker and autocomplete kind of things. So we have to implement a trie class. So we have the constructor, the first one, initialize the trie object. Then we have the insert method, void insert string word, insert the string word into the trie. So the second method that we'll be implementing is an insert. The third method is a search method, which returns a boolean and it takes a string. So returns true if the string or word is in the trie, that is was inserted before, and was false otherwise. So this method will tell us if the word that we have passed me contains in the trie or not. And the last one is a starts with method, where it takes a prefix and returns a boolean. So returns true if there is a previously inserted string word that has the prefix, and false otherwise. So it takes a string. So we are going to do a very deep dive. We'll take a very complex example and try to understand every bit of the trie and discuss it in details. So if you are not familiar with trie, then this video is absolutely for you, where we'll be discussing what a trie is and all the possible cases for a trie, how it helps and what it does and everything. And if you're familiar with trie, then try the trie, and then you can watch the video and understand if there are any gaps or missing parts. You can get it clarified from there, or if I have missed anything, do point me out as well, because it can have several operations, but we are mostly going to look at the insert, the search, and the starts with method. Right, so over to the board and let's discuss the solution. So we are going to implement a trie and we are going to see in all the details how we are going to do it. First we understand it conceptually, and then I want you to look at the code. So what happens in a trie? Trie is nothing but a tree-like structure, but unlike a normal binary tree where you have two nodes, you can have multiple nodes over here. You can have more than one, and we'll see how. So these are the words over here that we wanted to insert into our trie, like cars, cart, art, carpenter, trie, and tree. Right. So let's say initially you have not inserted anything, you have just initialized your trie. So you just have a node which is like your head. And now we have been given with the next word that we have to insert is cars. So we got our current word, which is cars. So I have just copied it from here and we need to insert this into our trie. So what we are going to do, basically, we'll start from here and we will go character by character and we'll try to see if we have the word. So initially this is your condition. You have your pointer always to the head of the trie, and once you get a word, you need to insert that word into your trie. So as I get the word parse, right, what I'll do, I'll start parsing character by character. So we'll go here and check if there is a C attached to my head or not. But currently it's in an empty state, so there is no C over here. So I am going to put a node under it called C. So let's say I create this node over here. And I put the C over here, right? And then the next character. So what I'll do is I will just put this inside and I will put a mapping over here, right? So, and what will happen with that is we'll send the pointer to this newly created node. Then we get the alphabet A, right? C is what we are done with, so we get A. So we are going to take it and place it as a child of C. So we are going to establish this relationship over here, and also we are going to say that we are created a new node and we are going to put this A over here, right? And we are also going to increment the pointer to the next node. And as I move on, I get the next word as R. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put that as a child of A, and we are going to map it again. And we increment our pointer to the next newly created node. And then we get a S, and we are going to put it over here, S. And we are going to establish the relation and increment the pointer back to cars. So we are done. So if you see over here that we have the cars over here, right? And now we get the next word. So this word has been inserted successfully. So the pointer is done. Again, we get a new word and the PTR goes back to the head. And the next word that we are going to process is a card. So what happened? I try to look for a C over here and I see that C is already there. So I come down to the C. The next character is a A. So I see that the C has a child called A. So I come down to A. Then I get a R and I see that A has a child which is R. So I will come down over here. So once I come to R, the next letter is T for me and I see that T is not there as a child of R. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this new node under R and I'm going to put the value of T inside it. And we are going to establish this relation over here. So over here, you can understand that if I ask you that what is this that starts with CAR, you can tell me there is a CARS, CART. So over here from the node, you can directly find out, right? So if I am asked with what are the different words with C, I know that there are these words, this subtree that I have to look under C. If I am asked with what are there with CAR, I can just come down to that prefix. So if I get a search query over here and somebody tells me to search for this prefix, this is the prefix that we are searching with, right? This is not us finding the exact word. So what I'll do is I'll start from the head and I get a word C. I come to C. I come to A, the next character. I come to R, the next character. And I see that I don't have anything. So I know whatever the child is there from this node where PTR is pointing to are all the words that's matching this prefix CAR. The next word that we are going to insert is a art. And let's do something. We'll remove the carpenter, which is a little irrelevant over here, and we are going to put a cat instead so that we can see the use case better. So this art over here, since it has a matching with cart also, the last part, but it's not going to help us because we are going to go ahead and check if there is a under the head or not. So the pointer is back to the head and I see that there is no A under head, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to create a new node and the word we are looking for is A, right, under head. And we are going to add this mapping. We'll get the pointer to this node over here, the newly created node. And we see that we don't have a R, the next character, which is R under it. So since R is not present over there, so we are going to come over here and put a R over here. And at the same time, we are going to establish the mapping and increment our pointer to the newly created node. And the next alphabet is a T. So we are going to do the same thing. We are going to go ahead and create a T over here and we are going to map it to establish the mapping between R and T. And once we come down to T, we see that there are no characters remaining. So we are done with PTR. So the PTR comes back to the top. And the next word we get is a cat. So why I took this example over here is for cat, we have another portion of the tree which is ready. So the first character C is there as a child of head. Then we look for A as a child of C, we get it. Then we look for a T as a child of A, but there is no such child. So we are going to create that node over here. So we are going to place a T over here. And we are going to put the mapping back again. So you can see over here how easily we have mapped the cat, but we are not duplicating if there is a match, right? And now we look for the next two words, but that is a try over here. So let's put a try inside the try and we look for a T under the head. So let me go a little fast over here. I'm sure you might have got the concept by now. So I'll put the T over here and I'll put the pointer next to it. So I'll create this new node over here and put a T over here and also map it up. And then what I need is a R, then I need a I, the next character is a E, and similarly we are done with the try, and the next word that we need is a tree. So we are going to go to the top of head of the tree again. So we get a T, so the pointer comes to this node T, then we get a R, the pointer comes to the next node R, then what we need is a E, so we are going to create a new node over here, E, and then we have another E. Though we might look like that we have a E over here, but we are not supposed to use it. It's part of IZ, not EZ. So this node will be different. So we are going to create this new node over here. And we are done building our try over here. So the pointer comes here and we are fine. So over here, now talking about the prefix search, right? We are supposed to implement a method with the prefix search. So if I ask you what are there with CA, so you can say that with A you have a cat, CAT, CARS, and CART, right? So this works perfectly. And the problem begins over here. Now, if I ask you that we are good with the prefix search over here, right? Now, if I ask you for an exact match, so if I ask you for, say, cart, so come to C, then you come to A, then you come to R, then you come to T, right? And you can tell me that, yeah, cart is there. So for cart, you did it, right? If I ask you for an exact match with the car, then what you're going to do? So you're going to come to C, going to come to A, and you're going to come to R and tell me, yes, it's also there, exact match. But we have never inserted a car over here, right? So there are some problems that was not addressed over here. So we are going to see what are those problems and try to understand them in details. So one thing that I can say with the given problem in hand is we need to mark that where a word ends. So what I can basically say is that I will have a class called try or whatever name you prefer. So this, what does that contains? It contains a character, right? And that's what we have been storing. This character over here, T, C, whatever it is, right? So we are going to store a character denoted by CH. And what are these? What are these basically? So these are nothing but how many nodes can this head have? I cannot say that it can have 26. I might have a requirement for uppercase, lowercase tomorrow. I might have a requirement for numbers and special characters tomorrow. So I don't know how many I'm going to store. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to store a map, right? And this map, what will this map contain? So this map will be basically a map of character, and along with the character, what I'll be storing is a try node over here, right? And I can call this my mappings or childs. So over here, what for this node head over here, it will have three entries in this map. So one is the character T, followed by its reference, which is stored over here, right? So that I can traverse to this node. A character C, followed by the reference of this node, and then character E, followed by this reference of this node. Similarly, for the node T, I will have one object stored in this child map. That is the character R, followed by this reference R, right? So as we discussed that we need to know where a word also ends, right? Where a particular word ends. Otherwise, we had a problem distinguishing between cars and car, right? So what we are going to do in that case, along with this, we are also going to store a boolean over here. We are going to call it is end of word. So how this boolean is going to help us, let's understand that part first. So what I'll do is when I put this C over here, I am going to put this boolean as a false because I know that's not the last character for cars. So we are going to store a F over here. For A also, we are going to store a F over here. For R also, we are going to store a F over here because there is the word cars is not ending at R, right? It's ending at S. So for S, what we are going to do is we are going to store a true over here, right? So that I get to know that a word ends over here. For cat also, we are going to store a true. And for cart also, we are going to store a true. For every node that is ending particularly at that cell, we are going to store a true or a false. So at the end, the try will look something like this. So now you can ask me what will happen when I encounter the insertion for a word like car in this case. So what will happen is we'll start iterating. So first character C, we come here. Second character A, we come here. Third character is R, we come here. And we see that this is a last character. So no matter what is being stored with this R over here, we are going to delete this over here. We are not going to delete the R's. The eraser is too big, so I get deleted. So basically we are going to delete the false or replace the false with the true because the word is ending there, right? So it will look like this. So once we insert this word car, so when you search for a car, I will come down to car and we'll check that is a word ending here. If it is true, then only I'm going to say, yeah, there is a match. There is a match that I found. Otherwise, I am not going to do so, right? So this is how exactly your try works, right? So based on the implementation, you can store how many childs are there, and you can do a lot of customization. But the basic principle, which are which is these two things over here, right? That remains exactly the same. And now based on your requirements, you can add different variables and things like that in order to get that done, right? So you can check out the different tries. So I am here in Geeks for Geeks. So you can see that they have inserted a word there and there, THERD, THEIR, right? So you can see it looks just similar to our try. And then we have a word answer over here. And there is a word any over here as well. So this is the word there, right? And for any also you can see that the node is being segregated over here, right? So this is how a try looks like, right? And similarly, you can also check on Wikipedia and things like that, that this is your try. It has a word like this. So we have T, TE, TEA. So this is a different kind of implementation, but again, it's the same thing. So they have appended the character for you over here. So this is T, this is T, this is TE, this is TEA. So if you compare that to hours, so nothing over here. So this is our CA, this become our CAR, this is our CARS, this is our CART. They've represented it like that, CAT. So it's up to you. So this is much more efficient, wherein you are consuming less memory. We are not storing so many characters, and that's only for your visual understanding only they have done. In actual, you will be storing things like this, right? So let's head over to LeetCode. This code is going to be a little long, so what I'll do is I have already written the code for you guys, so we are just going to understand the code and go over it. So we have to first create a class that will help us. So the name try has already been taken, so I'm not going to use that name over here. So we are going to create a new class over here, and we are going to call it data. So as discussed, we have the character over here, and I called it neighbors. So we have the character to the data mapping neighbors, and is end of the word or not, right? And I have a default constructor over here, which is initializing this map neighbors, right? So what we are going to do as a part of the constructor is we are going to create this head node over here, right? We have this fake head or the dummy head, right? From where everything begins. So we are going to create that, and we also need to store that, right? So you can see that I have referred to as root. So let's put the root over here. So we have initialized the root over here. So now we'll see the function insert over here. So what we are going to do over here is we are going to take the root into PTR because we don't want to lose it, and we are going to start iterating over the string. So this is the entire length of the string we are iterating. We are getting the character one by one, right? And we are now from the root, I got the first character. So we are going to check our map first. That is there a neighbor whose name whose key is this character CH. So CH is nothing but the character we have extracted. If it is so, if it has a key like that, then what we are going to do is we are not going to create that node, right? We are going to use that node. So then we are going to fetch that node over here. So we are doing a get on that CH, and we are getting that node. So as I mentioned to you, right, we will be updating the end of the word. So we are going to put that logic over here to end. We are ending the word over there or not. So PTR end of word, if it is already true, means that some existing word that was inserted was ending there. In that case, I am not going to do anything. But if it is not, then I am going to see that if my I is same as the word dot length -1, that means that I is pointing to the last character of the current word. If this is true, I am going to put it to true. And if it is already true, I am not going to touch it. So think of this scenario that car is already there, right? So what has happened is this is true, this is false, and this is false. So now you are inserting cars. So I should not be changing it, right? So I should be just putting a S over here and saying that, okay, there is a word ending here as well, right? So we are doing that check over here. So if true, we are not going to do anything with it. Otherwise, we are going to check if it is the last character of the word, we are going to deal with it. So otherwise, what we are going to do if the character is not found on the map, so we are going to create this new node or the try node, and we are going to put the neighbors into PTRs, right? Because there was no child with CH, so now there will be a child with CH. And again, the same logic applies. So as this is a newly created node, I am just checking that if it is true, I am putting it, otherwise no, right? And we are going to increment the PTR, right? We will set the PTR to the newly created node in this case, right? So we did that over here. So over here also, if you notice that we did that here in this line number 17, right? So we'll get a node from this map basically. So we iterate it to the next node. So this is how we do a insertion in a try. Now we are going to search where it returns. This is the exact match that we are talking about, right? So we are going to start with the PTR pointing to the root, and we are going to just go over node by node, right? We are going to extract one word, and then we are going to see if that word is present on the map. If it is not present, I can directly say no, it's not there, right? Otherwise, what we are going to do, we are going to get that word and assign that reference to PTR. And one check we have to add, the check is for if it is the last character of the string, right? So if it is like in that case we are going to see, so this is checking that it's the last character of the word or not. In that case we are going to return whatever is stored in is end of word, right? So if it is true, we are going to return true. If it is false, we are going to say no, that the word, maybe I have found it. So maybe for the example that we have taken earlier, that we have put cart, so CART, right? And we are searching, strictly searching for a word cart. So what happens, we come to C, we check for the next node A, we get it, we can get the next node A. So what happened, we inserted cart was, these were all false except for the last one. So this is where the condition has matched, right? This is where my search string is ending, end of search string. So I am going to return whatever is stored there, right? So I am going to return a false in this case, saying that, okay, I have not seen a word called car. Maybe I have a prefix called car, but I don't have a word called car. So that is the check. And if everything goes on smoothly and we can exit out of this loop without a violation, at the end we are going to say that we are going to return a true. So that's how it goes. And for starts with, it's going to be almost the same. So what we are going to do is the exact same thing that we have done over here. So we have so we started iterating the prefix, and we tried looking for this node over and over again. And when we reach the end of the string, right, we are just going to say that it is true, right? And otherwise, if we fail to find this mapping from the map, we are going to say we are returning a false. And if we can exit out of this also, then we are going to say that it's true, we have found the match, right? Because it never violated that condition over there. So only when I don't find the mapping, I am going to send back a false. And this is how your try is going to work. So run code, and I'm sure it will work this time because it's a copy paste. Yep, so we are good. So let's submit and see. So yeah, it's been accepted. And once again, the main thing is the concept over here. So I hope you got the concept of how a try works. That's very important. It's a very important data structure. So in any of the search engine, when you put a keyword over here, it does the same thing. It tries to go through a try, though they don't have a small try like us, but it's a huge try. So let's put some word over here. So as I put try data, so it matches all this, you can see, right? So you can see that the bold part is not the matching part. So you can understand, if I make a try out of this, how it will look. Try data is same, then we have all this S structure, then structure to Java and all that. So this data structure is extensively used for this autocomplete feature in any search engine or website or any web application or anywhere, you can say. So I hope you got what a try is, how it solves the problem of prefix, finding through a prefix and all those things. There can be a lot of complex problem that you can solve through try. You can modify the try based on your needs. You can return. So here we are just returning that the prefix has been matching or not, right? I can give a task for you to complete over here. So just change this try. You already have the code. I'll share the link to the code in the description, like all my programs earlier. So your task would be to just extend this functionality and implement a function. So you take a prefix and you tell me how many childs are there, not that child is there true and false. You return me a count over here. So this could be one good exercise for you, which will make you proficient with try. And also you can extend this. Once you can solve this, you can extend this and return me a list of string with the matching prefix. So it will take a prefix and give you the number of matches. So in this example over here, so if I give you a CA, you should return me cat, cart, car, provided car is inserted, and cars. this is nothing but what you just saw in the Google example, right? You put a word, you get the rest. So you can play around with it, right? So once you have implemented all those functionalities. So I'll leave those to you guys. Let me know if you are solving it. Do post a comment, and you can share the link to your gate. I'm more than happy to review it and try to give some tips on optimization and things like that. So yeah, that's all from this video. Do give it a like if you think the solution is helpful and simple and you have understood the Try data structure completely. Do share and subscribe as well with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We'll be creating more such videos where we discuss in much more details and come up with different data structures and algorithms and things like that. So yeah, that's all from this video. So stay home, stay safe. The COVID is in rise again. It's really a bad condition in Bangalore. So I request all my viewers to stay safe. I insist you guys not to go out, stay safe, and let's break the chain and let's learn in the meantime. It's a good time that it's a very good time that we're getting wherein we can utilize to learn new things, brush up on the old concepts, and do things right. So I'm also staying at home. You also stay at home. Let's stay connected through YouTube and let's learn things. Bye bye and take care once again. Thank you.